and God denyo. Oh, what that dang. This is the voice of the Patriot, where we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize, but if we must, it will come only on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. And here we have taken sides, the side of the truth. Yes, the side of the truth. That is why we keep saying we are the headquarters of the truth. This is the voice of the people. And my name, Blakk Rasta. We are live on YouTube. Also live on Instagram. My brother, my sister. This is the voice of the Patriot. We are also live on X. My brother, my sister. This is what it is. Now, the very first story we are looking at today says, Ablekuma, not for chaos. I would have fired a lot of police officials if I were the president. I would have fired a lot of police officers if I were the president. Ken Agyapong speaking, and I read, new Patriotic Party flag bearer hopeful Kennedy Agyapong has stated that if he were the president of Ghana, several police officers who witnessed the violence that marred the Ablekuma North election would have been dismissed. Now, according to the former Asin Central member of parliament, nobody would be above the law under his leadership. And regardless of a person's status, whether a police officer or a party member, anyone who breaks the law will face justice. Now, speaking to the media in a video shared on social media regarding the Ablekuma North elections, Kennedy Agyapong emphasized nobody is above the law. And trust me, if I were the president, I would have fired many of the police officers who were there. I would have arrested those who were captured on camera to serve as a deterrent. You can't take anybody's life, and you can't beat anybody. We are all one people, and I will ensure peace and fairness. What we are seeing now will not be tolerated under the leadership of Kennedy Agyapong. While some people are busily saying that, oh, it was childish to have disbanded the vigilante, and that Delta Force and invisible demons, I beg your pardon, invisible forces, my brother, my sister, should have still been in operation. Kennedy Agyapong says, none of these. He says, it is the duty of the police to handle a thing like this. Something which we talked about only yesterday, my brother, my sister. It is a failed nation that is still depending on vigilante groups to give security, national security. What happened to national security? What happened to Iyoko? What happened to the police? What happened to the soldier? And you are depending on vigilante groups to offer national security? What a shame. Well, let's look at what Kennedy Agyapong is saying. He says if he was the president, a lot of these police officers would have gone home. My brother, my sister, first and foremost, investigations would have to be set in motion. We saw a number of police officers standing by on consent. Or did they have a specific duty for which they had to adhere? My brother, my sister, did they? Yes, they were there to protect the ballot. They were equally there to prevent any form of violence and mayhem. They were there to protect lives. In the full glare of the police, even though a handful of them tried to step in, but you could see their abysmal skills showing. If this was British police, would they have gone to protect a person like that without any shield and any form of protection against stones and blows? By the laws of our country, is it against the law, my brother, my sister, for police to go to the ballot armed in order to protect lives? Why didn't we see the police there using shields and things like that, knowing very well that, my brother, my sister, when it comes to our elections, there could be violence? Why were they not prepared for that? Yes, we had about 19 polling stations, right? My brother, my sister, at the end of the day, we recorded something terrible happening. We saw a woman being beaten, even though a lot of Ghanaians are happy that this woman has been in fact dealt with in that regard. Violence is violence, and it doesn't matter who it is meted out to. We condemn it from head to toe. My brother, my sister, what Kennedy Agyapong is saying makes a lot of sense to me. In fact, I am always very particular about the police. I come from a family of police. From my grandfather all the way down. You can't count the number of police people in my family. Therefore, I am so passionate when it comes to the police service. You go to some countries, and the way the police works is so beautiful, my brother, my sister. In our country, our police is not bad. But a few bad ones are giving the majority a bad name. Do they have the requisite training? In our country, a lot of our police officers are specialist bribe takers. Recently, a mayor had to hit the road and try to embarrass himself and a policeman by asking the policeman to stay away from taking money from motorists, in fact, bribe. The action was condemned, and we are hoping that this matter will be taken up and dealt with. We have a very weak IGP. Very weak IGP. Somebody will say early days yet, but this IGP is extremely weak. The kind of police I want to see in this nation, I'm not seeing it. And we don't see them doing any work. It looks like they are just excited, being promoted left, right, and center. What are they doing to rebrand the police service? New police people who have been recruited, they are continuing with the bad example of their predecessors, taking bribes on the streets. Even the ladies, they are those who are taking more bribe on the streets now than the men. Why? Is that the police service you want to see? What is the IGP doing? You have a whole police TV. What advocacy are you using that for? By now, we should be seeing billboards all over the place, my brother, my sister. At least saying that the police is your friend. At least, if you have nothing to say, get Ghana police dressed so professionally and put them on a billboard and say the police is your friend. How many Ghanaians want to deal with the police under normal circumstances, if not coerced? A lot of Ghanaians will never go to the police with their problems if they had their own way. But they go there. And my brother, sometimes police will tell you they don't have a car to come and arrest a certain criminal that they have been looking for, that you have found. And you want them to come and arrest this person. We don't have car. We don't get car. In fact, in some cases, the car day, but petrol no day inside. My brother, if you start behaving like this, who would like to join the police except as a default employment? I hope you understand what that means. When you go around looking for a proper job and you don't get one, then you fall on the police because that one is cheap. You go around and then you take bribe on the street. Police, please put respect on yourself. I was so happy to hear that a soldier man refused to take a bribe from some galamseyers, and for that matter, he's been rewarded and given some US kind of appointment. My brother, my sister, in some countries, this will not even make minor news. It is his work he's doing. But in Ghana, it's made the news. And I'm happy it did. Because it's our problem. One of our biggest headaches. The police that is supposed to be our friend. No. And the IGP so far have failed to rebrand the police. Where are the body cameras? Are they still in use? The very first week that they came, a policeman approached me and I realized that he was using a body cam and he was talking. He addressed me, my brother, my sister, by the name that he saw on my driver's license, officially. And then he started talking. Oh yes, I like how you came in. I mean, we arrested those other people who jumped the light, but you stopped. It's good. And I just want to say, keep driving safely like this. And I say, hey, Ghana police, wow, that's nice. When will Ghana police stop you if it is not for bribe? But this policeman stopped me and he was thanking me for driving well. Around Boomerang area. And he addressed me by the name he saw on my driver's license. Then later I realized that, oh, he had a body cam on him. So he just was building a dossier. We never act well or behave well until cameras are on us. Who are you fooling? Let's get our police to be more professional. In fact, if I was the IGP, wallahi, within 1 year, Ghana police service will be talked about in the whole world. 1 year. Rebrand the Ghana police. Sack people who are taking bribe on the street, and it's so easy to do that. My brother, empower the citizens to activate their phones and take videos. My brother, make it easy for them to contact the police service to report bad police on the street. Today, how many Ghanaians even know the police hotline? How many? I don't know. But I know the American one, 911. Do you know the Ghana one? Is it still 911 or 419? Do you know? My producer says he knows. He has picked his phone. He's going through to check if it's correct. What? 191. That's what he says. 112 for national emergency. My brother, my sister, even babies that are unborn in America, England, China, they know the police hotline. How did they get there? Branding. It's all over. When you pass here, you see it. You pass here, you see it. You pass here, you see it. No, as for us, bribe all over the place. It hurts me. My grandfather was a powerful Gold Coast police. And when I was a little boy growing up, his wish for me was to become a police general. Maybe an IGP one day. But honestly, I didn't want to be a policeman. Maybe from what I saw growing up. Bribe on the street. Police are not treated well. They do not have allowances that will help them travel out and have vacations with their family. No. Their surest retirement bonus is bribe on the street. How? What is the IGP doing? If I were the president by now, I would have sacked this IGP. I'm telling you. I am so passionate when it comes to the police. Dan Paris came in there. He was doing whatever he was doing. We started to praise him, but he also became swollen-headed. And he refused to rebrand the Ghana police. But at least he did something. As for this guy, it looks like he's sleeping and sleeping and sleeping. I want to pray and hope that he's doing things underground, and that when he finally resurfaces, we will see the work. For now, there we know they see thing. Now the next thing I would like to look at is equally interesting. This will be the final one as I'm running out of time. It says, Blakk Rasta apologizes to NPP for flouting boycott directive. And listen, Nana Agyapong, the new Patriotic Party's parliamentary candidate for the Blakk Rasta constituency, has apologized profusely to the party's National Council for disobeying its order to abstain from the recent parliamentary rerun in 19 polling centers. Agyapong admitted a mistake and reaffirmed their commitment to the party following a National Council meeting on Monday, July 14, to discuss planning for the party's next annual delegates conference. So the party said, we are boycotting it. We are not going to do it. We want it. We should be declared winners. We will never do a rerun. And then Agyapong found herself contesting. She decided to flout the directives of her party and went in there. Would she have apologized if she had won? That's the question everybody's asking. And I'm asking the same question. Would the NPP have reminded her of the directive to abstain? This party is a very hypocritical party. A very hypocritical party. The only person probably in that party worth mentioning is Agyapong. Unfortunately, he also has anger tantrums. But I know he has a good heart. It's a very pretentious party, and I'll tell you why. My brother, there was a time an MP decided, my brother, my sister, just in the last government, Nana Akufo-Addo's government, to go independent because his party had chosen somebody else. And you know what happened? He went independent against the one that the party had endorsed, and he won as an independent candidate. According to their party, he was supposed to be sacked because he had gone against the dictates of their so-called constitution. So they went ahead, kicked him out of the party, but he won the elections and found himself in parliament. And when there was supposedly a certain hang parliament, do you remember that? The hang parliament, he became very, very important. Shamelessly, they came back to him and said, some of them say NPP, they are party. It is a man who hates another man. So forgive your party and return. Nana Akufo-Addo himself said these words. Spoke to the man, convinced him after sacking him for going for an election that he was told not to because another candidate had been chosen. And he went on as an independent candidate, knowing very well that the people were for him. They went ahead and sacked him. After he won, they decided to throw away their useless constitution, burn it up in a big bonfire, went back on their vomit like the proverbial dog in the book of Proverbs. My brother, my sister, and brought this guy back. Now he also started to fire his own shots. He wanted to be a speaker, at least a deputy speaker. In fact, He succeeded in getting that. Do we all remember? He took his party ransom, in fact, captive. My brother, my sister, is it not the same thing this lady has done? If your own party says don't stand, and you decide to go and stand, you were not fortunate enough like the other guy to have won so that you could also start calling shots and be spoiled for choice. You come back and you say you are apologizing. What is the party going to say now after that bad precedent? My brother, my sister, in our country, Ghana, we are only interested in party partisanship, not about national duty. If I am wrong, tell me, Blakk Rasta, you started misbehaving again. My brother, when are we all going to come together and respect our country, Ghana, and give it the right accolades and service that she deserves? Why your P, uncle? Need I say more? As for Madame Owusu-Efriye, with all respect, you know that your party is a very lawless one, so you could do anything and get away with that. That's why you went ahead to do it. To God be the glory. I leave it here.